The packages have been piling up around here. Join me on my channel's first mail day and let's see what I've been buying. Hey, how's it going, YouTube? It's Ian with Good Form Sports Cards, and today we have a pretty substantial mail day. I've actually been trying to build this up for like a week or two so I could do my first mail day video on the channel. So here we go. This stack is going to be most likely PC stuff. I know a good chunk of it is going to be low-end cards I picked up for a PSA set that I'm starting. But the good news is the very first card of that set will be in this mail day. So you'll get to see the journey of me assembling the set probably over the course of maybe even a year or two, depending on how long it really takes me to acquire everything and generate the money to do it. But you'll get to see card number one, eventually the final card, and then we'll, when that day comes, kind of see what the completed product looks like. So we got a lot to go through here, so I'm going to get started. Obviously, well, maybe not obviously. For those that maybe are newer, cards that have a sale price of $20 or less are eligible for eBay standard envelopes, which are these right here. And so you know these are already going to be lower end cards. So here we've got a Sunisa Lee. This is a Panini McDonald's card. I think it was released in McDonald's. I'm not sure if they got packs or if they were put in Happy Meals, but they're little tiny stickers. And being a Minnesotan, Suni's from here. It's actually from across town where my wife was raised. And doesn't have a lot of cards. So it's something where I collect Olympians and local athletes. She kind of fits the bill for both. She's a very decorated Olympian. From here, checks all the boxes. So he doesn't have a lot of collectibles out there though. So I'm hoping to just build up a pile of these McDonald's cards, get some that are in pretty good shape, and then hopefully sometimes she just does a local signing. There's two versions of that. There's this base one, this yellow one, and then there's a foil one that it's kind of like a green laser sort of look. I think I bought one, so hopefully we'll come across one in here and get to see what that's like. But ultimately I'd like to have them autographed someday and have them kind of displayed next to each other. I think that'd be really cool. But if not, you can always just display this person taped the package in here or what? They did. They taped it in here. My goodness. Okay. Wow, that was a lucky guess. So here is the foil version. So you can see it is kind of like a green laser. And I think those would look super cool, especially being a gold medalist, if you had a really nice gold metallic Sharpie signable. I think that would look really cool. We'll rip through these envelopes, and we'll get into some of the bigger stuff for the slabs. And you got another one taped in here? This can't be, I did. Wow, this can't be happening. All right. I mean, I appreciate a secure packaging, I guess, but oh wow, it was in a soft sleeve. My God. Okay, don't do that. You're gonna do an eBay standard envelope. Just I know that it's low and you don't want to put a lot of cost into it, but for heaven's sake, just charge an extra 20 cents for your shipping and use a damn top loader. So so here's another Suni Lee. It's a base sticker. It's going to be in line with what I said. You'll probably see a few of them in here. I was scooping up the ones that looked like they were in good shape and were at low cost. I mean, there's some people that just have them at outrageous prices, like $20. I mean, they might sell, I guess, but not to me. So here's another foil version. So we've got one of each, and then we've got some freebies. We've got some Eric Brown paper cards that I don't know, move from one person's pile to the other, I guess, but never complain about freebies, It's nice that people throw that stuff in there sometimes. Gotta do something with it, so. Those packaged pretty nice. See, this I can handle. other than the tape or whatever, but that's all you do is single. Oh, and so this is a Joe Namath 96 Stadium Club Finest refractor. So it's got a nice shine to it there. The centering's pretty good. I have this set in my PSA registry as well. All 8s and 9s, so of course I'm trying to move into 9s and 10s. So there's not a lot of them for sale out there, but a lot of like what I enjoy collecting is the whole process. I love the hunt. Like you go look for, first you find it, or you kind of scout the card, and then it's finding the deal. You know, you want to find something that is the right price. Like I'm not a person that's like, there's some collectors that are just like very specific on what they want. As soon as I find it, it's like, I don't care about comps. I don't care about this. Like I'm leaving with this card. And I respect that a lot. I do that on a few cards, but I swim in some weird waters of I don't have a lot of competition in some of the stuff I'm collecting. So it's kind of like finding it. And then like, I love finding the right deal, building a set from like the ground up. So you sourced a raw card really cheap and it's in good condition, and you send it in for grading, and then you add it to your registry. And all of a sudden your set's done and you're the third highest score in the registry, and you like did it all yourself. You didn't buy someone else's slab, you didn't do any of this stuff. And like that to me is what I really enjoy, is like the whole process. Aha. And this is what I was referring to at the beginning of the video. So I recently started collecting the 1970 top set. I don't necessarily have a great reason for doing it. I've just wanted to start, like, I love set collecting, and I'm in a spot now where I have like a lot of sets I'm working on that need like one card for the run that's very specific. It needs to be like a particular grade, a specific card, and it's just, they're ones you see maybe once every year or two. So like I have that list, but I need something to do in between. And this is great for me because they're in that spot where they're not like junk wax, but they're not like, you know, 33 Gaudy either. Somewhere in between where you can find what you need. It's not particularly difficult to find 1970 tops. Maybe if there's a particular grade you're looking for, you gotta be a little patient. But what I'm going to do is collect the entire set in a PSA 8. And not 8 stain, not 8 OC. It's got to be just a straight up near mint to mint 8. And right now what I'm doing is basically just going after the PSA 8, I guess you'd call them commons, or the lower end guys, the non-stars, just to try to fill out the bulk of the set. And really what I'm trying to do is anyone that I can get that I need for my set, all in for $20 or less, I'm buying it. Because if I know the slab right now, even on a deal, is going to be $17.99, I know that that's a good price as far as what the market is demanding right now. So a lot of these you'll see, they don't have the hologram here. They're older. They're from an old set break likely, or someone just looking to move off their cards. Whatever it may be, I'm here. I'm here to buy them. So here is card number 1 in the set, at least as far as from the mail. Gary, looks like Wazlowski. So there you go, team. This is the first one of, I think it's 720 or something like that. There's definitely a lot of cards. It's going to be it's a long journey, and you've got some big cards in there. There's the third-year Nolan Ryan. That thing goes for, you know, a little under $3,000 if you're patient. I've already kind of scouted like who's the worst one that I'm up against, and that's pretty much the card in the set in an 8 that's pretty tough. There's a Clemente that people really put a good price on. Willie Mays is in there. You got Hank Aaron. You know, Banks was still playing. So you've got a lot of stars in that set that are going to be fun to chase. And that's what I like, is I want to find that one that just goes for it, whatever. It's just ending, the auction's ending at a bad time or whatever it is, and I just happen to snipe it for low. I want to basically build this set for like the cheapest you can build it. I have a nice little tracker that I'll actually make available for anybody that wants to see it, where it'll show each card I bought, the day I bought it. I'm going to go as OCD as like scanning these in on my scanner with the same black background. So I'm going to upload them, because a lot of these don't have images in PSA. When you input the cert number into your registry set, it just says it's blank. So they do allow you to manually put your photos in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to like make this set like as detailed as you can, and it's going to look awesome. And again, that's what I said is the part about collecting I like matching slabs, matching labels. Like I want those things to just look as good as they are expensive, and that's just a personal preference of mine, something I enjoy doing. So here we had a free Godwin card, Lexi Thompson, but here's another Suni Lee sticker. So you can see it's very consistent with what I said, and that's probably going to be most of this order, to be honest with you. It's going to be a lot of 1970 Topps graded cards and Suni stickers. There's going to be some few outliers like that Namath and stuff, but this has been the bulk of what I've been buying. And a lot of the stuff that I'm buying for resale, it's actually been doing on ComC, which I'll, spoiler alert, have a video on soon when I get ready to ship those cards home. So ComC, I've had a lot of lower end cards there and some flips. Like sometimes I'll just, as I'm pricing my cards out, you'll see a run of cards on there that maybe there's, I don't know what you would say, maybe there's 5 for sale. And 4 of them are in like a range that seems about right. Let's say it's a $5 card, and these are all in the range of like $3.99 to like whatever the ceiling is. And then you got one in there that's like 60 cents. Well, I'll grab that one that's 60 cents just to get out of the way, knowing that at some point I'll sell it. Like they don't move quick, because if you've got 4 people you're competing with, and now you hold the one you sent in plus another one you just acquired, it's going to take you a little bit to sell through. But those are cards that they don't really hurt anything. You're paying like 1 cent storage or something on it each month. So make sure you do those sort of moves on people that are fairly liquid. You want stars. You don't want to have like a very specific card that doesn't move. Like there's definitely people that buy these guys. I'm not going to like slam on them, but like let's say you had a high draft pick that didn't work out. We'll say like JP Lossman. I wouldn't be buying like a JP Lossman serial number Donruss Elite card from, the early 2000s. There is somebody out there that definitely collects. Everybody's got somebody that collects them. But if there's 5 out there and somebody undercuts you one day by a little bit, they're going to buy the cheap one, and you miss that collector. And if you miss that collector when they come through there's just not a big line behind them. So the sell-through on 2 or even 3 of those cards is tough. Now you do the same thing on a early 2000s serial numbered 8th year Allen Iverson. You'll sell through that card within a few months, almost certainly, if you have it priced fairly. So just use that sort of logic on stuff like that. You might find what is a great deal on a card, but you may hold it for 4 years too. So here's another slab. We're going to have a lot of these in here. So I'm going to keep moving, and video's already up to 11, 12 minutes here, and got a handful of packages left. So getting through the small stuff, a few of those boxes are going to be like bulk purchases I did where I was able to get multiple slabs. So you can see we got another 1970, and it's going to be a lot of this until I kind of drain the swamp. I mean, once I get the sellers that have had these floating around out there and have been able to get rid of them, once I kind of clean that out, I imagine that it'll start to move slower, and I'll definitely pick off the people that are a little easier to grade, and they sell, or not sell, but they're easier to grade, and there's a lot of them out there, and obviously I only need one. So once I clear that one out, either they're gonna have to wait for the next guy to come along that's randomly collecting a set like I'm going to. But what I want to do is really go after this 1970 set, and I have lofty goals like everybody else, but you gotta have something to work towards. Is once I get this near completion or to the finish line, I want to do the same thing with the 52 Topps set. I think it's very iconic. I've always wanted to own the Mantle, but I never saw him play it. I'm an 80s baby here, so Mantle was long past his playing years by the time I was there. So I never got to see him play, but it's such an iconic card. It's just I remember it being in my Beckett's, and you'd see, Wayne Gretzky bought one, and, it was even a card that, at the time it was, 8,000, 10,000, whatever. It was just one of those cards that was always just a lofty goal. It was so far ahead of everything else, so rare, so unattainable. Like, I just never saw one in person until, like, I went to a card show. But it's just something where, like, growing up, I never saw it in my shops. I never had a shot at it if I did. So it'd be one of those things where down the line, I'd like to have it just as, like, a nostalgic, like, hey, you did it sort of thing. Hey, you've got one of the most iconic cards ever. But here's some more low-end slabs. Probably names most of us wouldn't recognize, but these are going to take some time. Like, it's something where, like, I'm going to get them. The slabs look pretty clean, but I'll always take, like, a microfiber, make sure there's no smudges or anything on them, throw them in a sleeve. Then I'm going to scan them in. Or maybe I'll scan them in before I clean them. Or maybe we'll clean them and then scan them and then put them in a sleeve. Whatever, I just want that scan to look really good. Get them uploaded into the registry, and then I'll share a link to that. Once I get it built, I'll announce in a video once I've started that, and you guys can follow along and kind of see how the set's progressing. I've got, another 10 or 15 of these slabs that are in my ComC vault. When I do a shipment home, I'll have those as well. Another top slab here, and we're going to see a lot of these. I mean, I went absolutely nuts after Christmas. I sold a couple big cards. Mike Evans getting his 1,000 yards in the season. I basically went through, like, all my Mike Evans inventory except for, like, 2 cards. Everyone was just slapping to buy it now. So that was nice. Oh, they're sharing a bag here. Little plug for sport collecting here. Little plug for those guys. And a couple more slabs here. This one, well, these got the logo on it. So these are somewhat recently graded. You can see this one. I'm not sure if it's from, you can hear it's a little, maybe you can see my finger stick. There you go. It's a little tacky, probably from that business card. So, I mean, those are the things, like, I will take that time to really clean those slabs and put them away for their final storing. I mean, I definitely want to build the set, and if you do the math, just the cost of, like, the amount of cards that are in a set times the grading fee, you'd be up around, like, $15,000. So, I mean, it's going to be a cumulative expense for sure, spread out over time, but it's going to be fun. Especially when you get to the end, to be able to see, like, here's how much I spent on cards, here's how much I spent on shipping. I'll have a breakdown of all that stuff. Here's the, the first date the first card was purchased, date the first card went, into the received, which would be today. I'll have all that granular data that I'll actually be able to file away with the set when I'm done. I want it to actually have a little bit of a story of, like, not just, hey, here's the set I have, but, like, here's the process behind it. Here's what it took for me to have it. I didn't let some other person grind out the job and then just buy it outright. This is something where, like, I'm going to put in the work of the hunt. I'm not just going to buy any available copy to check it off the list. Like, I'm going to make smart buys and basically say that anybody building this set today at the same time alongside me would not be able to do it better. I guess that would be the easiest way to describe what I'm doing. Okay, so we've got a box. It's a little different here. Looks like the lid, maybe it's like an old PSA box or something. Not sure what's going on with this, but a chunk of slabs here, and I'm certain that's probably what these last two are. I'm excited to just get the process started with these. Get a little stack and mark them green on my tracker and basically be like, these are in hand, these are scanned in, these are on the registry, they are done. And you just start chipping away, and you see there's something about when you upload that card into the registry and you see your percentage start climbing. It's addicting. I can see why people are just massive set collectors. You're seeing less and less of that now, but I like to do a little bit of both. I like to collect what I like, and I've always liked the 70 top set. It's just, a lot of people think it's like gray and boring, but I just think it's like, there's no other cards that look like this. They're either white edges, black edges, or they got some stupid like banners or something. This is just a classic design. Too bad there's not like a major rookie in here or something, but it's still very cool. I think it's going to be awesome when it's done. It's going to look super cool. It'll be all PSA near mint 8s. And I don't even, I probably should have known before I started, especially if I'm saying like just the cost of grading alone would be 15 grand. I should probably have a good idea of like what the sets are worth in a PSA 8, but whatever. Cool. So we got a little box here. And I can always use these 300 or 400 count boxes. They're great for sending stuff to ComC. So anytime I get one of these, and it's like, nice. Of all the things I got, I'm excited about the card box. So here's the last one. It's actually pretty smart of like plastic wrapping these. It's kind of annoying to open, but it's actually smart to keep them all together. They don't move. I've never seen that. It's the little things that excite me. Alright, we're not gonna play with this right now. You did too good of a job. Try to do that without the blade hitting the slabs. All right. So here's the last chunk of them. And again, they're all going to be low-end commons. So every one of these slabs, I'm all in for $20 or less. I think in a couple of these bulk orders, I might have had a couple cards where like the purchase price hit 21, but there's also cards in there that were like 14, 15, 16, and your average was less than 20. So there are probably a few where I made exceptions just because of the combined shipping. I was getting it for less than other ones. I think I had a few on ComC like that where I made a bulk offer on like 5 for like 10 or 20% off, and one of them ended up being like $21 or $22 and whatever. There's gonna come a time where I'm gonna have to get above the $20 price point anyway. I think I saw that guy before. Did I accidentally buy him twice? I think I did. This is where it sucks of like not having stuff completely marked off the tracker. I'm almost certain I bought him twice. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I'm just... Okay, maybe I'm just paranoid. I thought I saw him, and I did. Okay, so... all right, well, looks like I'm going to try to find a way to move off a slab that was probably hard for someone else to move off of, but anyway, not a big deal. It's probably $15, but... So that's the mail day. It's already been about 20 minutes, so we're going to let you get back to your day here, but it's a lot of slabs. We just got to see the recap of me going through those, looking for the duplicate. You can see there's a big pile of those. We had the Suni Lee Panini stickers. I think there was 3 of the base, I thought. Maybe, no, they're just stuck together. Okay. So there's 3 of the base, 2 of the, I don't know what you're going to call it, laser, the foil, the whatever, and the Joe Namath refractor. So that's first mail day on the channel. I hope you enjoyed the contents, some of the banter, some of the reasoning for buying what I'm buying. You can see the stuff I collect is very specific. A lot of other mail days are going to have, of course, different things. It's not going to always be just Suni Lee stickers and 1970 tops. It just happens to be what I went on a buying binge on after New Year's. Funded a lot of this here, and I'm having a lot of fun doing it. So I hope that you guys enjoy seeing a combination of things so far on the channel, as far as like collections I'm acquiring and the stuff that I'm setting a grading on why, as well as some of the stuff that I collect for myself personally. Really want to, that's really the point of me being here, is to show you my journey on what I do in a day-to-day, And this isn't really going to be, you know, a channel where I'm just hyping up everything and saying, oh yeah, I'm making all this money and I'm doing this. Like, I definitely make mistakes and I'll share them with you and be transparent with you about them. It's really about everything I do, from every package I open to the buys I make and why, and, you know, sharing the highs and lows. It's really just about making what I do just visible is really what I'm doing here. I'm not really trying to do anything else. This is collecting and stuff I would be doing the same way no matter what behind closed doors. I'm just sharing the journey, hoping that, you know, it helps other people. And I just like interacting with other collectors and stuff. My wife's very supportive, but she just does not care about cards. So it's cool just to find like-minded people that do. I really appreciate you sticking around this long in the video with my little makeshift recording area here. I'm not in my office where I usually record. So, you know, the support, it means a lot. Any, you know, help you can do with subscribing, liking the video, sharing the video, recommending it to a friend, all that good stuff. Anything just to get it in front of the eyes of people that like, you know, seeing like an actual collector that's not going to, you know, come on to YouTube and try to pump their own cards and try to, you know, push a particular message on you, or, you know, ask you to use a certain product because that's who sponsors them. Like, that's just not why I'm here, not what I do. I just love the hobby and I love collecting, and want to just share that with like-minded people. So until next time, we'll see you.